I will wait no longer for this Dr. Squid.
Well, he said he'd be here any minute now.
There he is.
There he is.
It's about time.
Sorry, I was held up in traffic. I appreciate you being here and practicing social distancing. Is it correct that everyone was defeated by Spider-Man?
Yep, you got it.
Yeah, you got it. Pretty much.
I told you we should have all tackled him at once, but you wouldn't listen.
Yo, you old buzzard. How'd he beat you?
There's a plate glass window. Never saw it coming. Kerpow. Ouch. What about you?
Well, sees, I made a airtight trap, but once I was inside there, I couldn't breathe.
What? Well, you aren't the sharpest knife in the drawer, are you, boy?
Shut up, old man.
Mercy. Say, didn't he once beat you with a vacuum cleaner?
Shut up before I knock that buzzard beak off your head. Enough. Mysterio, how did your fight go? He simply stole that flashcard with the next address that you gave me. Such a stupid idea. I'm surprised he didn't give me a wedgie as he left.
I don't think that boy is even moving his lips.
How did he beat you, Electro?
He simply flipped the switch at the power company, rendering me powerless.
What?
Good
Did it
Lord.
not cross your mind to protect the switch?
Shut up! Stop laughing! And just how did your fight go, good doctor?
Well, Sparkles, once I entrapped him in my giant fish bowl, then I... Fine. Shut up. Shut up.
I told you it should have been a group project, but no, you wouldn't listen.
We need a name change because we are certainly not sinister.
Maybe I need a career change.
Well, I guess you can count out hairdresser or fitness instructor. Oh, no, that was funny.
All right, today we have a very much anticipated and long time coming piece.
It's been 84 years.
He just landed on my doorstep probably an hour ago, and very excited to unbox this guy and see if it's living up to my expectations. I have really been impressed with the pictures I've seen to date, and Doc actually appeared in Spider-Man #3 in, I think, 1963 was. And he's like the fourth villain that I think to face Spider-Man: Chameleon, Tinkerer, Vulture, and then Doc. So he's one of the original Spider-Man villains. He's one of my top two Spider-Man villains. #1 being Green Goblin, which XM is also doing. That'll be upcoming. And Doc Ock being #2. So second favorite villain. Just very cool villain, in my opinion. And since Green Goblin's coming out, please hit that like, sub, and notification bell, so whenever I get that one, you'll see the two of those pieced together. Do have a giveaway. We're less than 200 away from the 1250 mark. You can find that video right here. Comment your favorite skit, and you're entered. Also hit that sub button. But you're entered into the chance to win a $250 Spec Fiction gift code, and you can use that on whatever you'd like. So here we go. Let's unbox it. I'm laughing where Jan said the other day that trying to get the box out, vacuum sealed box out while it was whistling at him or whatever, just cracked me out, because if you ever unbox one of these dudes, it is something else. Well, this one's actually going to come out without too much struggle. Oh, this is the piece of plate glass. That's cool. I like the dirtied, dingy look. Somebody needs to wash their windows. The tentacle claw. I've got the coins taped here to the side. What will be here? We've got the claw with the money bag. Let's go with the one I think I like least first, which is the more modern one with the Justin Bieber hair. He should be going, like flipping his hair to the side. I actually do have a metallic on the glasses, which doesn't necessarily photograph as such, so it does have the sheen to it. Would have preferred to see more of a metallic, you know, like Oakley sunglasses type vibe there. I know a lot of people are saying they disliked it. And the one I believe I liked better is Mr. Dorky Bowl Cut. And I definitely do. Yeah, this will be the one I display it with, which was my plan. I like the grimacing face. Oh. So got a big blob of, I'll show this in a close-up. They got red paint on his nose there. So that is a QC fail right there. That's sloppy. I'll have to see if that comes off. Body's kind of, his coat is very reminiscent of Death's wings, the cloak for her. It's got that same, I don't know if it's, I can't remember what Aang told me it was, polystyrene or what, anyway, I can't remember, but what the name of it is, but it's a very lightweight but very durable, lighter to pull this off. Great detailing on the first view of the tentacles. I like how the aging of them. They've got a wash on there that gives them a slightly oxidized rust look. Excellent. He's got a tummy like me, so a villain that we can identify with, that I can identify with. Okay. Second layer. So what I've been noticing in photos with this is it's a really simplistic design. You know, there's not a ton of detail in between the gaps here, nor of the metal bands themselves. You know, it's fairly simplistic design, which is fine. Would have preferred to see maybe a touch more pizzazz to these, but you know, it's like they were shooting for a little bit more comic book type of vibe with it, which is cool. So I'm gonna leave this kinda where it is because it's going to be extremely hard to lift this up, but you'll see it in greater detail in the review. But initial thought is very nice. Really like the brick texture and just the overall paint scheme of it. Very well done for a building to pizzazz it up, you know, for something interesting to look at, but not being weird colors. So, big thumbs up. Let's move on and assemble this bad boy. So, as you're socketing that together, the peg is a little bit very snug on this, so it actually feels like you have the risk of pushing him off of the back peg. So I would strongly recommend placing your hand here as you press those together, so that it would really suck to have him face dive onto your floor. So okay, once again, that goes together, but man, is it snug. So these arms are not going anywhere. You just always want to make sure that you're holding the back of Doc there. Okay, the loosest arm to date is that one, and probably should be the most tight. One of them has a daub of paint here. You can see that, and there's also a daub of paint there, so that one goes here. You can come around to this side and see if I can get this one. There's only really one place it can go. And if you see here, this finger, I believe, is supposed to go in this little crevice right here. So I've got to figure out how that works. Okay, so you got this little notch here, and there's a bigger notch here, so it has a little bit of play as you get it into place, but it forces you to kind of orientate it in the right direction. So let's see if this helps us out here now. Okay, so you got a finger hold there, you got a finger hold there, and you got one in the front. So that's the points that you got to hit. So you're gonna have to hold this like this, and then try to get this back into here. Okay, not too thrilled with the engineering on this. Extremely difficult. He may not fall off here, but I'm like terrified to push as hard as this needs to go. I don't know what to say about the way that the difficulty of this, and the fact that this, it looks cool like he's gripping the building, but and I'm not exactly sure what else they could have done in engineering. I'm guessing that this right here is why this thing has been delayed coming out as long as it has. They're trying to figure out how to make the mechanics of this work, and I don't know, been very difficult. So once you get the tension on the arm attaching here, now it no longer hits the fingerprint that it's supposed to. Regardless of how you spin it, it won't get close enough. So the arm is actually bowed out. It's not touching where they're intending the finger to touch right there. And he is setting where he's supposed to set. All right, I'm gonna leave it at that. So I just paused and went and looked at the XM's assembly video, and it is totally inaccurate as far as the way that these socket in. I don't know if that was a prototype that the assembly video was for, but the guy on there just slips it just sockets right in like a normal key, and this does not socket anywhere like a normal key. You saw how much I struggled with getting the pieces in there. So he got this right, but he didn't get this in the right proper spots if this is supposed to be finger indentations there. He has it kind of suspended out, but again, it just slipped right in, and that is not accurate to reality. So Instruction video assembly is good for seeing where everything goes, but as far as helping you with what I struggle with, no. I think it's gonna be a slam dunk winner for this guy. And it is. It sells the clenched fist, you know, just the whole 9 yards that he sees Spider-Man coming his way. So there's a chip on the camera. So yeah, anyways, all right. On to assembly, on to, got me rattled, on to assessment. Concept of the piece, he's obviously robbing a bank, and he's arrogant enough to have his camera with him to document it, or you know, he's mocking Peter with it. So excellent concept. I like everything about it. Like the fact that they went vertical with it, you know, to get the tentacles in there. There was some criticism that the tentacles are too short, but if you actually look in Spider-Man 3, he has very short tentacles in that. It varies from comic to comic, artist to artist. So I have absolutely zero issue with the length of the tentacles here. It works fine for me. There was also some criticism of the jacket, but in the Raimi Spider-Man 2, with Doc Ock there, you know, he had the whole trench coat vibe going, and to me it's a storytelling device, and plus it adds some dynamic other than just a little short fat guy on the building, but it adds a little flair with the, you know, the buckles and all that. The design of that I think is excellent. Concept is A+, fantastic. Just, you know, that it's telling a story with the base, but yet the base does not upstage the character. The character perfectly complements it. The entire story being told, major thumbs up. Construction, yikes. Not horrible, but I'm guessing, like I said earlier, that this is the reason this thing has been delayed, is trying to get this mechanics of this thing worked out. Probably gonna have a lot of people breaking this. I'm a fairly handy guy, and I struggle with this, you know, making this work. This one looks good, this one does not. Very ambitious what they tried to pull off with the construction of it, but I think they missed a little bit. I think you're gonna have people that aren't gonna get this. I've seen people with it displayed with them not even attached here. It's just very difficult. The sockets are so difficult to get in there. I'm just very meh about the construction of it. Sculpt of the building, really like. The detail work there, I haven't shown the back yet, but got a lot of intricate work, and you know, the stone being broken here, this whitewashed concrete look here, that it's like stuccoed over the top of the brick on the exterior. All this is excellent. Get to the paint in a second, but even the part that you will never see is well sculpted. The bricks out here are very nicely done. His suit itself, you know, they took a nod to, you know, a classic look there, which very easily could look silly to do. And I think that's probably why they went with the overcoat there, to help that a little bit, because you could put in these brown pouches and what have you. So wise choice there to sculpt in that to help with what could become very cartoony with the outfit. Like all the various textures here, you got a paneling in the side, you got a different texture here, and then a third texture in the middle, light green stripe here. The boots, they very easily could have come across very cartoony here, but I like the way that they textured these in. All the details in them are excellent. You know, nice expression there. His bowl haircut is excellently done, and the way that the strap here accents it at the back. The goggles look fine, like something that crazy mad scientist would use. This one just doesn't. If this had been the only head sculpt alternative, I'm not sure I would have gotten this. I know probably many are saying this is the reason I got it, and I don't like that one, but not as blown away by this one. Moving on to paint, we'll start with the head sculpts and go backwards. So the 5 o'clock shadows, fairly well done here. He doesn't have 5 o'clock shadow here, so problem whenever people do 5 o'clock shadow is it often comes out like this and it looks like they have soot smeared on their chin. Only thing I might suggest on the red of the goggles was a little bit more of a metallic look there, but the gloss on the teeth is excellent, color of the lips excellent, gums excellent, skin tone is very nice. I think it's above average. A little bit of sloppy lines on the sides of the hair here. I can see where they got it onto the skin a little bit, and the sideburns are and of course one huge fail, and I'll show now a photo of the red splotch on his nose. So yeah, that is not cool. Should not have gotten that one past quality control. Paint job on the building itself, fantastic done. So if you saw recently my Carnage video, this is the way you do a building. Just excellent texture here. It's a very marbly looking, very much looks like concrete and not just flat painted. So really a big thumbs up on the paint job here. The weathering is subtle. It doesn't look airbrushed, it looks weathered. So just the way they did all that. Love this, like whenever rain hits, you get this scummy green line around there. That is an excellent detail. I love that. That is very cool. All this is dry brushed in to hit the highlights and make that look like plaster. All the detailing and the aging of that. The bricks are fantastic, color complementary without being too bright and overpowering the star of the show, which is Doc. Huge issue that I have, besides this one's chipped, but the camera lens is black. Paint that silver, paint that something other than black. It's, when I saw that in photos, I was like, that was lazy right there. Was he got the lens cap on it? You know, no. Paint the camera part right there. So I'll probably will paint that itself because that bugs the crap out of me. But other than that, the paint is excellent. Really, really like it. Thumbs up on the paint. Well, it was a very much anticipated, long-awaited piece. Did it live up to expectations? Mostly. There's a lot of things that I really, really love about this, and overall I love it. But there's also some things that I don't. Quality control, paint blob, small chip, not painted on the lens. The arms are, you know, something had to be done different there, and I guess they just never could figure it out. But it's impressive looking. It looks like he's suspended by his arm, so I got to give him props for that. So overall, thumbs up. Not an enthusiastic thumbs up, but overall thumbs up. I really like it. It will be a keeper, a character I very much love, and to pair with Goblin whenever he comes in, and probably my Franco Spiderman on building. I love the fact that I've got now Venom, Carnage. You know, anyway, most of my villains will have a building theme, including Spider-Man, so that'll be cool. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching the. Hope you enjoyed watching me struggle assembling this thing, but really appreciate you watching. If you're not doing it half-assed, you ain't doing it right. Y'all take care of yourself, and I will see you next time. Post-credit scene, Marvel style. for those who stuck around, the friggin' Sinister Six. Doc has finally arrived, front and center, leading the Sinister Six. All XM pieces, and man, it is so good to see this. I've been waiting a long time to finally get this in my display and be able to take this shot right here. So there they are. Again, all XM pieces. I couldn't do this in my cabinet because I would have had to split level it from the width of them, and not the depth of them, excuse me. And anyway, hoping the bar holds up with all this weight in the back. But ladies and gentlemen, the Sinister Six.